What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Jeremy Wormy, and I'm doing yet another Shazam video. Why? Because it's still in the news. But not in the news for the exact reason people are thinking. And real quick, yes, Shazam's dead in the water. Ain't making money, ain't doing anything. You go to the box office, Tuesday box office, $2 million. Better than Monday. Still not great. It's still... It's less than its Thursday box office. It ain't making money. It's dead in the water already. Now, there's a lot of reasons on why it's dead in the water. One of it is the story doesn't really make sense. One of them is, hey, James Gunn and Peter Safran kind of crippled the movie, kneecapped it. There's also the audiences have just been so burned that they're done going to the movie theater. I don't believe in superhero fatigue. I believe in bad storytelling fatigue. So I think that's one of the reasons people aren't going. That's what I mean by it. And people are just tired of DC. DC is its own worst enemy. Bickering back and forth. Nothing seems to be cohesive. It's not friendly to the diehards. It's not friendly to normies. It's not friendly to just about anybody. So it doesn't shock me that these next three movies are dead in the water. You don't have normies going to it because normies aren't even going to Marvel right now. They might go to Guardians 3, but that's still yet to be seen. Who knows what's going to happen with Guardians 3? Normies aren't really going to see Marvel movies. Normies aren't really going to see DC movies, and DC has kind of been underperforming compared to Marvel. So it's not really a shock to see that Shazam crashed and burned. Well, we have, for the diehards, yet another reason why this movie was never going to be good. He systematically crippled two franchises. Dwayne Johnson vetoed against Shazam 2 using Black Adam characters to massage his own ego that led to Henry Cavill's Superman exit. Yes. Dwayne Johnson used his power to basically, and I said this before in a couple previous videos, this was a while back, where he refused to allow people, he wanted the DC universe to be centered around him. He refused to allow anybody from the Black Adam movies to show up in the Shazam movies, and he refused to allow Shazam to show up in his movie. Real quick, yes, everybody wants to see Black Adam fight Superman. That's a cool thing. But one of the key factors here is Black Adam is Shazam's Captain Marvel's main villain. He is he's essentially his Joker. Not really, essentially his Joker. Black Adam has his own story, but he's a villain. He is Shazam's villain. So taking him away from Shazam doesn't make sense. I mean, you can even look at their costumes. They both have the lightning bolt. They have very similar abilities. The only thing, I don't think Black Adam needs to yell Shazam to use his powers. He's constantly in Black Adam mode. I could be getting that one wrong. I don't know Black Adam that well compared to Shazam. I know Shazam relatively decent, not that well either. So, hey, cut me some slack on that one. But I do know that these two are supposed to be rival, basically enemies. So these two fighting each other is the point. That is number one. But let's read to it. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. This was the tagline Dwayne Johnson used when he was promoting Black Adam. The phrase has since been memed endlessly and twisted in a twisted way. That's why it is. It has come true as well. Now it is James Gunn and Peter Safran who are the bosses of DC Studios, and Johnson is out of the franchise entirely. However, a new report states that he would probably still have a place in the franchise if only he hadn't sabotaged his film and Shazam 2 in a misguided attempt to reign over DC. That was one of his main plans, was he utilized Henry Cavill and played Henry Cavill to ultimately no avail. He just used Henry Cavill as a pawn because he wanted his own franchise. This is one of Dwayne Johnson's main flaws, deals. I don't know. He wants everything to be centered around him. He's a egomaniac. I don't blame a lot of Hollywood stars are egomaniacs. Dwayne Johnson, though, is a phony. He's a fraud. He's a awful human being. And he's done this in other franchises. He did this to The Mummy. He's done this to Fast and the Furious. He's done this over and over and over again to a point that he's kind of toxic. I don't like saying the word toxic, but he's not a good human being. He really just tries to co-opt everything to make it centered around him. Yeah, that's not how you do this. And in these superhero films, you have source material that they oftentimes don't want to use. One of the source material is at DC, the center is a trinity. That is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, not Black Adam. Black Adam is a strong villain, yes. Very powerful villain, a villain to rival even Superman. But for the most part, his whole story is based around, hey, I'm the rival to Captain Marvel, Shazam, whatever you want to call him. That is what you are. You are not an anti-hero. You were supposed to be a villain. That's one of the reasons your movie kind of sucked, is you were an anti-hero and not a villain. He, Dwayne Johnson, vetoed a planned post-credit scene in Black Adam, which would have seen Shazam recruited by Aldous Hodge's Hawkman and other costume heroes into the Justice Society of America. Now, this post-credit scene technically happened, but it happened utilizing Peacemaker actors, not Hawkman. So that goes to this point where The Rock hated the goofy character of Shazam. As a result, he strived to keep Zachary Levi's hero and his anti-hero separate, going so far as to not even a cameo in the first Shazam film. He also refused to have any actors from the Black Adam movie show up in Shazam 2. Now, okay, this doesn't really cripple Shazam 2 because all this was set up prior. This just goes to Dwayne Johnson's ego. This does show one of the reasons Shazam 2 was so shite. Shazam 2 should have been not about the daughters of what's his Atlas, I think is what, I haven't seen the movie yet. I really don't have any. Everything's telling me not to go see the movie. I saw the trailer. There was something there I wanted to see, but something's telling me I shouldn't go see it. But Shazam 2 should have been Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam fighting Shazam. That should have been what it was. It becomes remarkable that they refuse to let this happen. He refused to let this happen. And when you read through all these rap quotes, new DC studio co-chief and Shazam producer Peter Safran resurfaced a version of the post-credit sequence Johnson vetoed, and it now exists. Yeah, that's what happened. By alienating the established property that his character was born out of and refusing to integrate with other established characters, Johnson systematically crippled two franchises and has harmed DC in the process. I don't believe that. I think he crippled his own movie. There's tons of other reasons Shazam 2 has failed. You have the normies, the general audience goers who are just like not interested in a bunch of more crap from DC. Hardline franchise people who knew Black Adam wasn't gonna be in there. They still just didn't have any interest to go see the movie. There's some that did go see the movie. Some people are saying that's okay. But for the most part, a lot of hardline people that aren't going to see this due to apathy, due to not wanting to see bad storytelling, being burned over and over again. Who name your reason? That's one of the reasons Shazam 2 failed. Black Adam failed because it was kind of a crappy movie. There, and also the burns are there. The reason for not wanting to go interact with people is there. So that's one of the reasons. And part of this is also coming out because it kind of feels like Saffron and individuals aren't wanting to take full responsibility for the fact that Shazam 2 failed and flopped so hard. DC doesn't want to accept it, so they're pinning the blame over on The Rock. The Rock does have some weight to bear, but not the entire weight to bear. And you could be thinking, well, all this is just rumors. All these are just rumors. Well, come over here. Zachary Levi confirms Dwayne Johnson selfishly tried to make him and Henry Cavill center of the DCU, denied Shazam's cameo in Black Adam. Zachary Levi took the report from, I think, The Wrap, posts it to his Instagram, and says, "The truth shall set you free." He admitted that, yes, this is something that happened. This is reality. Dwayne Johnson used all of his pull, all of his power to try to basically cripple Black Adam and make it. He crippled Black Adam. He tried to co-opt the DC universe to make it his own. He doesn't really cripple Shazam 2. I can't sit here and say that, because that's kind of out there for me. Because nobody really knew that was happening. That really felt more like it was a surrounds Black Adam, not Shazam 2. The problem with Shazam 2 is that Shazam 2 is just it. I've been saying it over and over. There's tons of factors on why Shazam 2 didn't fail. Name it, that's probably one of them. There's all sorts of like theories into why this movie isn't going to succeed. I particularly think the James Gunn DCU kind of made apathy to it. Nobody really is interested. But then you have to also, it's been pointed out to me that then you have to accept that, hey, everybody in America, everybody in the world has seen that announcement, so that's why they're not interested in going to see it. Nah, that doesn't work that way. Who knows what the real reason is nobody's going to see this movie. There's tons of reasons for it, but this just further points out that Dwayne Johnson was an awful person. He is an awful person. He's not this high-rated star that everybody thinks he is. He's actually kind of a middling star. Yes, he has tons of money. Yes, he's in lots of big names. He has a decent-sized name. Name one movie, though, that he is the main star in that has done really, really well. And when I say this, I mean, it's him and a bunch of no-name people. Like, he is the key star. It's not him and Zac Efron. It's not him and the Jumanji movies where he's still surrounded by Chris Rock, Black, what's his name? Oh my God, why am I thinking of his name? Why am I blanking on that dude's name? Or the redheaded lady at Nebula, whatever. I'm blanking on names right now. He's always in a movie with other stars. The only time he was in a movie that didn't have a bunch of other stars with him was, from what I can remember, it was The Scorpion King. Scorpion King failed. I thought The Scorpion King was a fun movie, but it was a flop, so then he leaves the Mummy franchise. He fails to take over Fast franchise, leaves the Fast franchise. He has Jumanji, but Jumanji's him surrounded by a bunch of people. He's not this big name star that people in Hollywood and corporate media try to portray him as. All of his movies, he's always with other big name stars. So that's one of the reasons he's just this vile human being. He's not as powerful as he really is. He's phony. He's a fraud. Yeah, he's a decent actor here or there, but he's not Tom Cruise. He's not Henry Cavill. I would argue Henry Cavill's actually a really good name. Chris Pratt, Gina Carano. I can see these people being high name stars. Dwayne Johnson ain't one of them. Well, let me get you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.